You know, it never fails. Every generation, they're always that boxer or that athlete in any sport that is always too good for their own good. But guess what? They always have other things outside of what they're good at that's stopping them from getting where they're supposed to be. For example, 32-1 with 28 KOs. James Kirkland has only fought twice since November of 2011. Right now it's February the 10th, 2015. So you ask yourself, he only has one defeat. But if you look at his most notable fights, Alfredo Angulo, Carlos Molina, Glenn Tapia, Nobuhiro Ishida, as soon as he gets some buzz going for himself, something happens. And you have to ask yourself, well, now that you know that he's walking around about 200, maybe 200 plus pounds, you have to ask yourself, okay, all right. And this wasn't just me. This was many fans like, oh, okay, all right. Well, if he get Ann Wolfe, he cool. He got a chance. To whereas in now, he doesn't have Ann Wolfe. And we're thinking like, well, what happened to the saying of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it? It's like, she got you to this point, and you know that you're going to be in shape. And then once you get into that ring, you're going to be a savage beast because you're going to be so angry and pissed off because she done cursed your ass out and pushed your fucking ass to the limit. To whereas, and if when you leave in the gym every day, you kicking shit over and you mad like this fucking bitch. Like, you know, and I'm not being disrespectful but I'm thinking like, you know, that's what she wants from you, it seems. You know, for you to be, you know, like once you get in there, you're just so completely disciplined to the point where you're going out there and you're focused, and you saw that with the Glenn Tapia fight. You know, but now it's just like, well, no offense to the new guy, but he's not going to drive you like she was driving you. You know, so or we don't know that. And I'm thinking, okay, he must be in it for the check because he's not, you know. It's like, how could you not have Ann Wolfe for this fight? It's just it doesn't make sense to me. You know, and it doesn't make sense. And I haven't boxed in God knows how long. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, even me, I would know, like, all right, I'm going to hate this shit. I can't stand her. But I'm like, listen, I know we got to get there. And I know once I get to the ring, I'm going to be all ripped and cut and I'm going to be ready. You know, even though I'm going to be pissed off, I'm going to be ready. And I'm thinking, you know, it's an ugly situation. But the fight is not official for May the 2nd, 2015. May the 9th, 2015 may be the date. It may be on the co-feature to the replay of the fight. You know, and I say maybe, we're not sure yet, meaning Mayweather versus Pacquiao. But as far as it's supposed to be in the Alamo Dome, I think they should just do it on May the 9th, but yet they want to hold that little date over Mayweather's head, you know, just to basically say, like, listen, you're not going to be the only one on pay-per-view that night, or you're not going to get that day. I already know how the politics work. I already know that they're not going to go for 2 pay-per-views on one night, you know. But at the same time, I say to myself, well, you know, see, I'm not going to turn this into a Mayweather-Pacquiao video. But what I want to say is this. I got Canelo winning. You know, I gave James Kirkland a chance a week ago. I gave him more than a strong chance to win if he had Ann Wolfe in his corner. You know, and with a fight like this, you should stay with the roots. You know, like I said, it's just hard for me to believe now. Like, I think I said it earlier in the video. I would think to myself, like, all right, well, I know she's gonna get me there. You know, I know it's gonna be rough ass days with her. You know, but at the same time, I feel that she was best for him. You know, like that havoc that she provides versus that havoc that he's supposed to bring. You know, it meshed together. To whereas in now it's just like, oh, you know, you're gonna go out there and Canelo's gonna pick you apart. To whereas in I feel that she would have been that driving force to be out there. Yo, go out there and fuck him up. He making you look like a bitch. Because Canelo's going to go out there. See, people don't understand that Canelo fights in burst. But the fact that Canelo fights in burst, he's somewhat accurate with those body shots. Especially if you're not a fighter that's not a mover. Like a Mayweather or Erislandy De Lara. Canelo was not a joke. And I think people underestimate him when it comes to that. His body shots, especially that uppercut, it's crisp. It's crisp. So if you're right there in front of him to be hit, yes, you can chin test him. Chin test him. You know, just like was it Angel Cotto? Jose Cotto? I forgot his name. I know his name was Cotto. I forgot which Cotto it was. I know it wasn't obviously Miguel. Oh, let's talk about that. I think I said it before, and I'll say it again. People are saying, why didn't Miguel Cotto want to fight Canelo on May the 2nd? You got to understand how Cotto thinks. Cotto is an A-side type of guy, you know, and he's let you know that he doesn't. Cotto's not the type of guy that even if he may want to fight Canelo on May the 2nd, he don't like the fact that Canelo was calling the shots. You know, it's not easy negotiating with Miguel Cotto, just like people say, well, if Mayweather don't fight Pacquiao, he can just fight Cotto. Like, Cotto's just going to just let it be that easy. Like, Cotto don't know, like, oh, Floyd, if he fight me, it got to be for that 160-pound title. Because, you know, so Cotto would hold that over, you know, as far as a bargaining chip. So I don't see Cotto ducking him. And people say, you know, like, well, how do you say what you say as far as when I say Cotto is not Mexican? Cotto is Puerto Rican. So people say, you know, well, what about the money? Cotto feel he can make that money, you know, any other day. You know, he don't think that, well, you know, if I fight on Cinco De Mayo, it'll be all that money. He don't think like that. Obviously, that's what it looks like. Also, you have to understand that him and Manny Pacquiao share Freddie Roach as a trainer, and they've both vowed, meaning Freddie Roach and Miguel Cotto, that their trainings wouldn't interlap, you know, to the point where they're both training for a fight a week or 2 weeks apart. So if Miguel Cotto is to fight, I believe he's coming back in June, you know, he would have a good solid 4, you know, maybe 5 weeks, you know, with Miguel Cotto, and, you know, not schedule his next fight, or his next fight won't be scheduled around when Pacquiao's supposed to return, if it's a rematch with Mayweather, or if he fights in November, Macau, like he normally does, whatever the case may be. But as it stands right now, I'm T-Street Controversy. This is T-Street Controversy live at RealCombatMedia.com. So May the 2nd is the date if no Mayweather Pacquiao. But as far as with Mayweather Pacquiao, it's going to be May the 9th, 2015. Alamo Dome is looking like it's going to be the place. They're saying, you know, maybe the MGM Grand. Oscar would love to have it on May the 2nd at MGM Grand. You know, he's probably working every day to try to secure the MGM Grand and steal it from Mayweather Pacquiao. We don't know. That's all speculation right there as far as I'm concerned. So, T-Street Controversy Live.